Gosh dang it, guys, we can't get away from it. Just days following us talking about the U.S. Army and their Twitch Esports channel apparently banning people for bringing up U.S. war crimes, and a lot of people upset about that for a variety of reasons. If you guys want to check our video out on that. And now just days later, a bigger article now surfacing around the military branches in esports, in gaming, and on Twitch as well, brought to us by Jordan Ewell. It's definitely going to be talked about a lot out there, guys, so I want to get this content out there as well as we spark a discussion about militaries being involved in esports and gaming, and what apparently Jordan has talked about, some murky tactics to actually maybe trick some underage viewers on Twitch and in esports and gaming into a military recruitment process. Boy, oh boy, here we go. We've already seen the transition and the joining of gaming and esports for quite some time of these branches, every U.S. military branch besides the Marines, which I do think, given these latest articles and findings out there, and unfortunately the talk of the town, I think people are going to have a growing respect for the Marines, which they do cite not really an appropriate transition to actually come into gaming. The other three branches, though, have already made their mark, whether being tied to organizations, advertisements, to some events out there, and beyond, like the U.S. Army with their Twitch Esports channel, and a few of those branches also having their own esports teams for games like Counter-Strike as well. And it does make sense when it comes time for the Army and the Navy and the Air Force, when it comes time for recruitment processes too, instead of having to go to a typical military recruiter, all of a sudden you put yourself out there in gaming and esports and maybe portray yourself in a bit of a better light, especially if it is like a Twitch stream. You get a bit more personal, you get a bit more connected, people talk about their experiences, and that's where it can lead down kind of this hairy path where Jordan and others are now talking about. We're supposedly, again, as we talked about, some Twitch channel users being banned for bringing up U.S. war crimes. Supposedly another user was actually warned of being banned for speaking about the military recruitment process whilst in that Twitch chat. And then a quote from Hassan, if you guys have not caught him, it's a great Twitch show he does put on as well, nearly on the daily, as he states, Twitch is unlike anything I've ever experienced in my career, and it's because you're live for hours on end, talking to these people in the chat, you develop a community and know your individual chatters. He goes on to state the recruiting process in this predatory way is a violation of those said users' safety. And if you guys have not checked out the U.S. Army Esports website, another point that Jordan did bring up in this article is the big old register to win made very, very clear. What's not made clear is the details of exactly what you are to win, as you do sign up for a military recruitment process to be contacted by a recruitment officer as well. The main thing that a lot of people, especially when you actually pertain to what could be a very young audience, they just see register to win, and thus what comes to be what he labels as murky and kind of tricky ways for getting kids to sign up for the recruitment process. And unfortunately, I think that the worst part of it is the next step we're going to talk about, where apparently a frequently displayed advertisement on their Twitch page is to win an Xbox Elite Series 2 controller, an enhanced controller with customizable options and extra paddles that cost upwards of $200, and the link, which apparently also redirects to a recruitment form. And whether you think it's wrong, whether you are okay with this, guys, I would say that plenty of people are going to find this to be immoral, if not what Hassan labels as predatory. And when you do deal with an underage audience and promote this as some sort of giveaway, now I don't expect anyone to show up and try and claim their controller and all of a sudden they're in basic training, right? But it doesn't matter that that's to the extent you want to think about it. It's the action itself of even trying to recruit what could be a very young audience, and the tactics in actually doing so. Does Twitch want to allow this? Guys, just days ago we talked about another Twitch streamer out there who was actually banned. His name is Dr. Witnesser for 7 days for his way of speaking of his own faith to someone of a different faith who happened to be a kid in the game of Fortnite, and also going on to say if he did not convert to his faith of Christianity, that kid would be going to heck. That kind of predatory and kind of misuse, I would say, of a platform to try and push your own beliefs onto someone else, especially someone very young and impressionable. I believe this might fall in those same lines, and we will see if actually Twitch does respond about a very serious case in this. I'm not saying everything about this, especially when it comes time for, these branches being involved in esports and gaming. I do enjoy that. When it comes time for these tactics of pursuing a younger audience to sign up for a recruitment process, I'm sure a lot of you guys can understand why that is. It's a very hairy thing to step on whenever it involves a military group. I love having more people and more groups exposed to gaming and esports as we do continue to grow. I really do enjoy seeing that kind of thing. Unfortunately, U.S. military branches in esports and gaming, especially that of the U.S. Army, when it comes time for their Twitch esports channel, has been under heavy fire as of late for banning users for what some people deem, to not be their right in order to do so. And now with all of these murky tactics in order to get people to sign up for a recruitment process, I will leave you guys with your thoughts on this. I would say overall, it's not a good look in a time where I feel like there's so many bad looks out there, so many iffy stories that we got to cover, and it just kind of sucks, We'll see where we go from here, guys. We'll see if Twitch does respond about a potential, maybe, lightly wording this, guys, abuse of a platform in order to potentially trick or have these murky ways of people to join a recruitment process for the U.S. military. Until next time, hope you guys all enjoy, though. Drink that water, drink that coffee. Stay tuned, all right? We'll be back here all day and all week long. We got some sick stories. Okay, bye.